Witness to Soja, Kusar in Hagator was in the Makuda, Agri for Mumuja. Vice Valley, mother, the Valley, boy, the Valhanaki, Sadaman will go. So, one is writing Zazar, giving Zazar to Rizar, still beginning buying the Zazar. I know Pachin Panija is Soja. Mother Shinaga Barda here, Keria. It's good, very cool to town here. This was cat.
In October 1994, Nazir Ahmad Sheikh, then a Mason, was picked up by army outside his home in Mawar village of Handwara. Accused of being a militant and possessing weapons, he was then subjected to horrific torture in the army custody.
Army guard was Kalamabad. I'd go past interrogation. Interrogation. Lois lawyers, Patro ruler. Could never again or again. What is that ruler torture?
Which scholars?
That was done.
I said,
Tempatulas by the element at the crying. The ruler to Burma is like a Bukhar look as well.
Srinagar-based human rights body Jammu and Kashmir Coalition of Civil Society released a first-of-its-kind report on 20th May documenting 432 survivors of torture over a span of 10 years. The report noted that torture is the most underreported human rights violation perpetrated by the state.
You will find that the maximum number of victims of any kind of human rights violation that has been happening in Kashmir is that of torture. But it's hardly ever reported even in the local media. There has been no official response to this report, as there has been no response to any other reports that JKCCS has published till date. Even the OHCHR report that came out last year on the human rights situation in Kashmir, India just rejected that report, and that's what their reactions have been to any reports on any human rights violations happening in Kashmir. And it only goes to show that India is not feeling that they have this responsibility to check the human rights situation in Kashmir and to bring accountability in the system.
The report released by the JKCCS demanded a probe commissioned by the United Nations into the allegations of torture in the state. Instead, India informed the United Nations that it will no longer entertain any communication from the UN's Human Rights Council on the alleged human rights violations in Jammu and Kashmir.
We found that of the 432 case studies that are included in this report, only 27 cases had gone to SHRC. In most of the cases, the recommendations from the SHRC are in favor of the petitioners, people who have been tortured, but there has been no prosecution. Of the 432 cases, 3 cases have gone to the court, and some of them have got monetary compensation for the torture they have been through, but even in those cases there has been no prosecutions of the perpetrators. So people have no faith in any of the institutions, be it the SHRC or the courts or the police, the system.
301 of these 432 survivors were civilians, 119 militants, 5 ex-militants, and 2 of them from the Jammu and Kashmir police. 27 of these survivors were minors at the time of their torture, and 49 of them died during or after the torture. Torture beyond the physical damage has shown to take a toll on the mental health of survivors, in addition to often leaving them drained of their financial resources.
The JKCCS report was yet another addition to the growing documentation of human rights violations that have taken place in the state in the last 30 years. While the government's response has been a deafening silence, the victims of torture continue to live with the scars of injustice and torture. This is Safwat Zargar for Firstpost from Srinagar.